Alright guys, I know these are not the videos y'all like to see. I know that we are going to go out there and we are going to continue to make them because I think it's worthwhile going out there and trying to look at these players that are coming off spike weeks, and we may not be able to project that consistently going forward for a multitude of reasons. So I think it's extremely important to, while we can, go out there and capitalize on their fantasy football value in terms of trading them away or in terms of just going out there and trying to package to upgrade your starting lineup. But before we get into the video, I want to give everyone a massive thank you. First, I really hope that y'all enjoy this new background that we have. I think it looks significantly better than what we had previously. And I will say that all of the upgrades that we have seen to this fantasy football channel have been because of all the great support that we have seen, not only in the forms of likes on the videos, comments on the videos, subscribers to the channel, but also all the massive donations that we have received in the live streams. Guys, y'all are absolutely insane. Y'all are the reason that we are going out there drastically increasing this channel's production value and drastically going up the fantasy football YouTube chart boards. But yeah, I don't want to ramble on too much. I've already thanked y'all so much every single video. And guys, it's just because I truly appreciate all the support. We are going to be at 10,000 subscribers real soon. I mean, it is definitely going to happen. And yeah, let's just get into the video. Okay, the first guy that we are going to talk about, and keep in mind guys, whenever we are going out there and we are evaluating these guys to sell high, the reason that I am talking about players that y'all probably like is because I don't want to go out there and talk about the guys nobody likes. I'm never the person to go out there and say, sell Sony Michel high, because we all know you're not getting anything for Sony Michel. I want to talk about the players that people are excited about, and I want to talk about the downside risk with these players that is not necessarily being baked into their overall current projection. But first, let's talk about Cooper Kupp, who has really been just rock solid so far in 2020, especially coming after a really solid Game 3 win. And I think that we are just going to overall look at Cooper Kupp's fantasy football value, and I just don't know if I can get behind it, because we understand that there are already so many options for Jared Goff to go to in this waiver wire. He has Tyler Higbee, he has Gerald Everett, and Gerald Everett has been banged up as of late. They have Robert Woods. They spent a second-round rookie pick on Van Jefferson, and they spent an additional second-round pick in this year's NFL draft on Cam Akers. So understanding that all these weapons in the offense, yes, they are going to really provide for a great year for Jared Goff, because he's going to be able to go out there and just anyone he's throwing to is a high caliber player. But what we have to be concerned about with Cooper Kupp, which not many people are talking about. I mean, if y'all remember, in 2019, Cooper Kupp started off so strong. I want to say like he was like the top 5 wide receiver in the first half until the Los Angeles Rams hit their bye week. And then once they had Tyler Higbee emerge, once Gerald Everett was as well fully healthy, this team switched to running a lot of 12 personnel. And what that actually included was putting 2 tight ends on the field, 2 wide receivers, and a lot of the times Cooper Kupp was not on the field. They were using Josh Reynolds instead, because Josh Reynolds was perceived to be a better run blocker. So there are a few things that I'm concerned about with this overall situation for Cooper Kupp. One, what happens if Van Jefferson kind of takes a step forward? And obviously he's not necessarily ever going to be the wide receiver 1 on the Los Angeles Rams, because that is always going to be split down between Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. Or what happens if this team, once they get Cam Akers back and healthy, decides that they just found that Darrell Henderson can be very productive running behind that offensive line. They want to go back to running a little bit more of 12 personnel. They want to go out there and they want to pound the ball with Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson. Now, like I'm saying, I'm not saying that these things are definitely going to happen. It can very much easily be the case that Cooper Kupp continues going out there and being a consistent wide receiver 2 every week. But like I said, when we are evaluating these sell high wide receivers, we are looking for guys that have a ton of fantasy football value, and they will have that value for great reason. We're just trying to evaluate guys that the downside is not necessarily banked into that same value. Now, let's talk about our second player, Allen Lazard. I mean, I did not think I was going to have to really mention Allen Lazard that on this video after I saw Sunday. I understood that, I mean, he had a spike week without Davante Adams. He looked extremely impressive, but I thought that nobody was really going to expect him to be a long-term answer for their fantasy football roster. Now, flash forward, I'm recording this on Wednesday night after I've live streamed on Monday and Tuesday night, and after talking to you, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night, and after talking to y'all every single night, I've kind of come to the conclusion that people are buying into this Allen Lazard performance a little bit too much. I think that it's going to be a little bit of a fool's game to go out there and project Aaron Rodgers in this overall offense to be so productive every single week. Obviously, they're going to continue to be one of the best offenses in the NFL, but I don't think they're just going to continue to put up this many passing yards every week. And we know with Davante Adams coming back to this lineup, with how we saw his usage was in week 1, I think that they are really just wanting to funnel every target that they can through Davante Adams. And with Allen Lazard, yes, he is still going to be able to provide you some random spike weeks, but the only way that you can go out there and you can call him a must-start wide receiver every single week is if he's going to go out there and if he's going to see a Davante Adams injury so he can slide into that wide receiver 1 role for the Green Bay Packers. I mean, I've been getting questions like Allen Lazard or Justin Jefferson, and I'm just kind of completely perplexed at the question because I'm like, okay, I mean, Justin Jefferson, we're looking at him. Yes, he just had his spike week as well, but it is in the range of outcomes where Jefferson can kind of cement himself in this Minnesota Vikings offense as a clear go-to role. They're not going to really try to force the ball down Adam Thielen's throat as much as they can. So I think we could see Justin Jefferson go out there and be a every week player for us as starting maybe after week 6. And that just does not exist with Allen Lazard. So a guy that I'm not necessarily extremely excited about long term, but if Davante Adams is going to miss this week again, I mean, Allen Lazard looks like he could be a running back, a wide receiver 1 going up against a fantastic matchup. Now, lastly, not lastly, we're going to get to 5 players. I don't know why I thought we were doing 3 players. But anyway, let's talk about Michael Gallup. Okay, Michael Gallup, a guy that I went out there. I told a ton of people to start in week 3. That was like one of the only things I got right. And I've gotten a ton of thank you messages for that. Guys, I truly appreciate y'all's thank you messages when you come out there and let me know things like that. But regardless, I mean, with Michael Gallup, what we understand with his role on this Dallas Cowboys offense is he is going to be the down the field playmaker. He's going to be getting the shots in the area of the field where he's trying to get behind the safeties. And while that is going to be great at providing some boom and bust fantasy football weeks, I think that while CeeDee Lamb is going to continue to emerge in this offense, we are going to continue to see CeeDee Lamb take more and more targets away from Michael Gallup. And already being a wide receiver that we can't necessarily go out there and confidently project him to get a high amount of targets any given week, I think that he is going to see just a slight downfall in what we can expect his ceiling and floor combination to be. And this is also just kind of talking about the Dallas Cowboys schedule where they have been lined up with some prime matchups where they can get into shootouts with teams like the Atlanta Falcons, with the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, it's not going to be that good every single week for this Dallas Cowboys team. I think overall we could see the passing volume for Dak Prescott go down a little bit. We could see CeeDee Lamb take a little bit more for a highly volatile wide receiver on this offense. I think that if you can go out there and if you can package him with another player to maybe get like a Kenny Golladay, someone that you know is going to be an auto start for you every single week, that's something that I would love to do. Now, this next player, I'm not going to spend too much time on him just because I don't think we should, but I mean, I was just kind of perplexed at some of these questions I got about him as well. Hunter Renfrow. Yes, I mean, guys, Hunter Renfrow is worth the waiver wire pickup. He looks like he actually has a decent matchup going into this week, but at the end of the day, Hunter Renfrow is Hunter Renfrow. This is not going to be a guy that you are going out there and trading significant pieces for. We kind of understand, yes, he is getting the volume as of now, but that is due to a Bryan Edwards ankle injury. That is due to Henry Ruggs also being banged up as well. Once both of those wide receivers are healthy again, Hunter Renfrow is going to be relegated to playing in the slot in specific personnel packages, and we kind of understand that in that area of the field, this team wants to get the ball to Darren Waller. So I just don't really see any upside whatsoever with Hunter Renfrow outside of week 4. So I will say what you can do is if you want to go out there and just keep him on your roster and not necessarily go and see what you can get at the moment, just wait and then let him go out there and try to see another spike week in week 4. And then if someone is still really convinced and just kind of fooled, in my opinion, that Hunter Renfrow is worth anything in fantasy football, then you can go out there and you can possibly trade him for a little bit more. Now, let's talk about our last player. This is probably going to be the most interesting player that we are talking about because we just don't know what to expect from this offense, and this is going to be Tyler Boyd. Now, Tyler Boyd, I know he had a very impressive week 3, and he had a very impressive 2019 season, or I think in 2019 he was like 7th in the NFL in terms of total targets. But what I am kind of concerned about in this Cincinnati Bengals offense, where I don't think enough people are talking about it, is what happens if Joe Burrow comes out here and we see him actually just be able to control the game a little bit more, and the Cincinnati Bengals defense gets their defensive line healthy again, and we see these games be kind of a little bit more reasonable, where we're not going to see Joe Burrow go out there and throw the ball 45 times a game. And once that happens, we're going to see all the volume go down for every single wide receiver on this team drastically. And as well, we are seeing T. Higgins emerge on this offense, where I think that T. Higgins can continue to increase his target share week over week over week. And while we want to confidently say that's going to come directly from AJ Green, I don't see how it doesn't necessarily spill over from Tyler Boyd's targets that he's currently seeing at the moment as well. So Tyler Boyd, I'm just kind of worried that the overall volume of this offense is going to go down a little bit. I'm worried that T. Higgins is going to emerge. Like I said, guys, I mean, these guys are good guys, and there's a reason I am talking about players that are talented, and it's because you can go out there and you can get something for them in a trade, where I know a lot of players, I mean, just aren't going to be able to provide you that. But thanks, guys. I really hope y'all enjoyed the video. I know that y'all probably didn't. I know y'all usually don't enjoy these type of videos. I probably get a ton of comments on this one telling me how stupid I was, but that's completely fine as long as you tell me why I was stupid. I'm a man as long as you come out here with some explanation. And I told you my thought process. Let me hear yours. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all. And have a great day, guys. I will see y'all in the stream tonight, whether you are watching this on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. I'm going to be streaming every single night, and I'm going to be streaming on Sunday morning as well. So please come out here and check us out in the stream. And that's all I got for y'all, and have a great day.